It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Let's get out of here. Aye.
Hello everybody, it's Brother Aaron from God a Minute, and we're studying through the Psalms right now in my Discord, and you know what? Psalms 85, wow, does it scream second coming? Same with the Psalm 84, and Israel in 2032 and 2033 will be 84 and 85, more or less, if you go with the May 14th, 1948, and you add the 84 years. I believe that there's a second coming, of course, and then you minus 7 years and you've got a rapture. And so we're looking at a 77 or a 78 rapture right now. And we're not going to focus on that, although I think at the end of 77, we're looking at rapture themes here. And then Psalm 78. Psalm 78 is God's kindness to rebellious Israel. It's a long psalm. It's a review of how God saved them and brought them out of Egypt, and they were rebelling. And so the attention's back on Jacob. It's back on Israel. And so if the Psalms have anything to do with the age of Israel right now, Israel is 77, going on 78. They'll be 78 in May of 2026 if we're using that May 14th date. Okay, so we're not going to focus on this today, although I think we'll do like a live stream and focus on this whole theme. It's quite amazing. Psalm 82, I think that's amazing. I think there's a good reason to think that it's actually us in the throne room talking with God. And Jesus refers to Psalm 82. We're going to keep on going here though. Psalm 83 looks like it's all coming together. Psalm 84 talking about being in the house of the Lord. But Psalm 85 is where we're going to focus on today, because man, does it seem like the second coming. It seems like everything culminates into Psalm 85. And then Psalm 86, I'm going to read one verse, and maybe I'll do that right now. It seems to be talking about the millennial kingdom. Okay, so again, if the Psalms have anything to do with the age of Israel and the prophetic timing of God's calendar, wow, this is really great. And before I even read that, I'm going to read one verse in Luke. One of the last things that Jesus said before he left, it says this in Luke, "Then he said to them, 'These are the words which I spoke to you while I was still with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms concerning me.'" So the Psalms concerning me. There's lots of one-liners in the Psalms that are specifically pointing to Jesus. And so we're going to look at Psalm 85, and we'll zoom in a bit here, and we'll just bounce around Psalm 85, and we'll try and just make it kind of quick and snappy here to the best of our ability. Psalm 85, prayer that the Lord will restore favor to the land. To the chief musician, a psalm of the sons of Korah. Lord, you have been favorable to your land. You have brought back the captivity of Jacob. You have forgiven the iniquity of your people. Wow. Jacob, land, forgiven. That's basically what the second coming is. It's the restoration of the land of Israel. And Jesus is going to come and rule in Jerusalem, in Israel, Jacob. And he's forgiven his people. Well, who are his people? According to Deuteronomy 7, that's Israel, but let's just show you the actual verse here. Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. "For you are a holy people to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you to be a people for himself, a special treasure above all people." And look at this. If you go back to Exodus 19, I did the math last year, but double check my work here. But Exodus 19 verse 6, I'll just read Exodus 19 verse 5 and 6. Talking to Israel, this is Mount Sinai, this is Pentecost. "Now therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be a special treasure for me above all people, for all the earth is mine." So apparently that's the 2032nd verse in the Bible. Okay, so Exodus 19 verse 5. He's talking to Israel about them being a special treasure, a chosen people. And then in verse 6, "And you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation." Apparently the 2033rd verse. So he's choosing Israel to be a special people. So Israel is his people, and this is Mount Sinai, where he made some covenants with them. Okay, so going back to Psalm 85, "You have forgiven the iniquity of your people." So in other words, Israel, but that's kind of what the second coming is. Psalm 85. And when Israel's 85, that'll be 2033, more or less. You have covered all their sins. Salah. You have taken away all your wrath. Well, that's what this judgment is. It's 7 years of wrath. You have turned from the fierceness of your anger. That's what this time is. Restore us, O God of our salvation. Well, this sounds like Hosea 6, verse 1 and 2. This whole passage right here. I'll go over there in a second. And cause your anger toward us to cease. Will you be angry with us forever? Will you prolong your anger to all generations? Will you not revive us again? Well, that word is found in Hosea 6, 2. So restore and revive, that your people, which is Israel, may rejoice in you. Show us your mercy, Lord, and grant us your salvation. Okay, let's go over to Hosea 6. That word right there, return. And come, let us return to the Lord, for he is torn, but he will heal us. He is stricken, but he will bind us up. After 2 days, he will revive us, and on the third day, he will raise us up, that we may live in his sight. And many people agree that this is talking about the second coming, and it ties to Psalm 85, verse 6. We got the same kind of lingo here. So it's talking about, it's got that Israel theme here, being restored and being revived again. Verse 8, I will hear what God the Lord will speak, for he will speak peace, shalom. And that's very similar to the word Solomon. And Jesus is coming back like a King Solomon at his second coming. The Prince of Peace is coming. So he will speak peace to his people and to his saints. So peace to his people. What does it say in Zechariah 9, verse 10? I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem. The battle bow will be cut off. He shall speak peace to the nations. His dominion shall be from sea to sea and from river to the ends of the earth. And that also is found in Psalm 72 when we did that reverse pattern from Psalm 78. Okay, I know I'm talking quick. I got to slow down. I'm just excited about this. So what we have here is the Prince of Peace coming to restore and to revive Israel, which is tied to Hosea and to Zechariah, all prophetic books. But also look at this, for he will speak peace to his people and to his saints. So to Israel and his saints. Well, who's his saints? That's you and I coming back with him at the second coming. What does it say? And I didn't bookmark it, but I think it's Zechariah 14. Thus the Lord my God will come and all the saints with you. Well, who are the saints? That's you and I coming back with Jesus at the second coming. And so he's bringing peace not only to his people Israel, but to his saints, you and I. So that's us coming back with him, I think. But let them not turn back to folly. Surely his salvation is near to those who fear him. The glory may dwell in our land. Mercy and truth. Oh, that sounds great. Have met together. Righteousness and peace. Well, that sounds great. That's judgment and peace. Shalom. Have kissed. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. That sounds good too. Yes, the Lord will give what is good. I mean, Jesus is coming down from heaven. He is the King of righteousness. He is the King of justice. And he's coming from heaven. He'll bring heaven to earth. That's our prayer. And yes, the Lord will give what is good, and our land will yield its increase. Righteousness will go before him. Who? Jesus. And shall make his footsteps our pathway. Wow. Okay, and let me read you one verse in Psalm 86, verse 9, and then I'll just summarize what I said here. So Psalm 86, verse 9, all nations whom you have made shall come and worship before you, O Lord, and shall glorify your name. I think this is literal. And this is Psalm 86. This would be connected to 2034. This might be talking about the millennial kingdom. I think, no doubt, it is. Even if Psalm 86 has nothing to do with the year of Israel, it is talking about that. All nations whom you have made shall come and worship before you, O Lord, and shall glorify your name. And there's some connecting verses. Psalm 22, verse 27, Zechariah 14, verse 16. But this is, I believe, talking about the millennial kingdom. And this is also talking about the forgiveness of Israel, Psalm 85, and the restoration of the land and the people and his saints with him, mercy and truth and righteousness on the actual physical land, earth. Psalm 84 seems to be more of a heavenly scene, and Psalm 85 seems to be an earthly scene when Jesus comes back from heaven, King of Kings, King of Righteousness, and comes back from heaven to restore the people and the land and bring them back to himself, restore, revive. So if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, I'd love to spend more time on that study. I think there's so much more there in all the Psalms. But if the Psalms have anything to do with the second coming and the rapture, this is a slam dunk. It's really great. And Psalm 77, just at the end of it, seems to be rapture. Psalm 78, all of its focus is on rebellious Israel, which is connected to 2026, okay? But if you go with Psalm 85 in particular, and you go back 7 chapters, you'll see it. And then if you go forward, you'll see so many themes of the kingdom and judgment. And all these Psalms are in the, is it the 3rd book or the 2nd book? Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, so it's book 3. Like all these Psalms are in book 3 of the Psalms that we're talking about today. Okay, so again, Psalm 85 and 84, if it has anything to do with the age of Israel, the second coming, like that's so good, the theme for second coming. And therefore, our redemption would be soon. It would maybe be this year or next year, very possible for the rapture to happen very soon. So if you're not tight with Christ, if you haven't given your life to Christ, if you haven't accepted what Jesus did on the cross, if you haven't trusted in what he did 2,000 years ago, please do that. Confess with your mouth and believe in your heart, and you shall be saved. Romans 10, 9 through 13. Okay, guys, we're one day closer. I hope to see you in the clouds soon, and go, Jesus, go.